Opinion teachers' jobs lost, violence in Murshidabad, questions mount over TMC. Govts efficiency. Trinamool Congress Supremo Mamata Banerjee came to power in 2011 by promising change in the eastern state of West Bengal. Now, after almost 14 years in power, the change that she promised to the common Bengalis and other communities of the state remains a dream, with corruption strengthening its roots during her rule. Along with the rise of corruption, there has been a rise of communalism in the state, with religious polarization becoming a crucial factor determining the election results in the erstwhile communist bastion, where earlier elections were largely fought on class issues. That corruption has consolidated its strength is supported by the West Bengal School Service Commission WBSSC recruitment scam, a jobs for cash scandal that has left the common people in shock. Around 49 rupees crore worth of cash was illegally found, believed to be the bribed cash used in the scam from the flat of Arpita Mukherjee, a close associate of former State Education Minister Parth Chatterjee, who later had to spend more than 2 years in jail. Due to this scam, 25,753 teachers and non-teaching staff lost their jobs, with the Supreme Court recently upholding the Calcutta High Court judgment, which was delivered last year. Investigations have revealed several anomalies in the recruitment process, including manipulated OMR sheets and disregard for the merit list, leading to the appointment of candidates who were less qualified or not on the list at all. Meanwhile, the WBSSC claimed that it had destroyed the original copies of the OMR sheets a year after the exam. While hearing the case, the apex court cancelled the whole panel by remarking that manipulation and fraud on a large scale, coupled with the intention to cover up, have tainted the selection process beyond repair. Such scathing remarks by the Supreme Court on the recruitment process of the WBSSC cast a doubt on the future of the education system in the state. In West Bengal, a mostly rural state lacking its own Bengaluru, Gurugram, or Hyderabad, the most preferred government jobs themselves are limited, leaving the common educated people with few options in choosing a career. One of those limited options is clearing the WBSSC exam. However, the large-scale scam in the WBSSC has, no doubt, shaken the faith among many of those who once dreamt of passing this test as a viable option for their career. At a time when the people of Bengal are in shock, witnessing the vulnerability of the education system under the Mamata Banerjee TMC government's watch, horrific communal violence rocked the central district of Murshidabad. The communal violence took place after rumors were circulated on social media over the Waqf Amendment Bill. This led to protests in many areas of the district that later turned violent, resulting in the death of 3 people. One person named Ajaz Ahmed died after sustaining bullet injuries in Siuti, while a father and son duo named Harigobindo Das and Chandan Das were hacked to death by a violent mob in Samsarganj. It is completely democratic to hold a protest against the Waqf legislation recently passed by Parliament, but the protests should be non-violent with no intentions to spread riots. These protests, however, turned violent, having a communal color, primarily targeting the Hindus, who are a minority in Murshidabad. The district has a Muslim population of over 66%. As a result, hundreds of people, primarily Hindus, from Murshidabad took shelter in the neighboring Malda district to escape violence. Essentially, they have become refugees in their own state, though some of them returned to their homes in Murshidabad after they were escorted by police. Following the communal violence, the state government got a blow from the Calcutta High Court, which ordered the deployment of central forces in the violence-hit district. The verdict giving priority to the central forces over the state police in Murshidabad speaks a lot about West Bengal's law and order situation under the TMC dispensation, which has often been accused of practicing minority appeasement, resulting in dissatisfaction among a significant section within the majority. Notably, the police department, coming under the State Home Ministry, is handled by none other than Mamata Banerjee herself. As elections are scheduled next year, Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has all the right to blame the opposition BJP and CPIM for every wrong thing happening in the state, but being the CM, also handling the police department, she has to look beyond electoral mathematics and take note of the administrative responsibilities given to her by the voters of the state. Whether it's the massive WBSSC scam resulting in the loss of 25,753 jobs or the communal violence in Murshidabad claiming 3 lives, the inefficiency of the TM Crunch system becomes very clear. Mamata Banerjee shouldn't forget that she is the chief minister, and all these unfortunate developments have taken place under her government's watch. Blaming the opposition and running propaganda through the pro-TMC section within the state media will not solve the problem, as the state is currently plagued by an inefficient system, because the section within the state media itself is a contributor to this inefficient system for its failure to hold the state government accountable. Swipe left for next video. The solution lies in fixing the corrupt and broken system with a democratic intention. For that to happen, the Mamata TMC government first needs to accept its own failures instead of just trying to shift the blame towards the opposition to score political points and hide its own administrative incompetence. Sagar Neil Sinha is a political commentator and tweets Sagar Neil Sinha. Views expressed in the above piece are personal and solely those of the author. They do not necessarily reflect News 18's views. Latest blogs